Baby one turns 1 month old tomorrow, so I wanted to give you guys a 1 month update on how things are going with my baby chameleons. So without further ado, let's get into the video. So baby one hatched on March 17th, and then it took about 5 or 6 days for all the other babies to hatch out. So today is June 16th, so as of tomorrow and this upcoming week, the babies are turning 1 month old. So at this point, I have 10 babies, 12 hatched out, 10 are still with us. I will do a future video on kind of the loss that I've experienced so far with both the eggs and the babies that have hatched. Just kind of want to make sure the rest of these stay nice and healthy. There's one more I'm keeping my eye on. Its eyes are closed throughout the day, so hopefully that one pulls through. Really at the mercy of, kind of how the babies do. But as of right now, I'm feeding them flightless fruit flies, Heidi-eye, and then 1/8 inch crickets. I haven't actually seen any of them eat the crickets, so I don't know if they're just escaping out of the enclosure or if the babies are eating them, but they're pooping a ton, which tells me that they're eating. None of the babies have shed so far, so I'll be curious to see how old they are when they go through their first shed. Baby one is definitely the biggest baby, which makes sense, it's the oldest. And baby 12, actually baby 11, now baby 10. I don't really know how to keep track of the names of them. But the 10th baby is the smallest, the one that hatched out last, but it's still growing. So all the other babies are doing good. At this point, I have a feeling a lot of them are female. I still won't know for certain until they're like closer to 3 months old. But yeah, I'm really thrilled with my enclosures so far. They're working out really great. These are the Zoom In Nano Repti-Breeze. I still owe you guys an enclosure build, but I kind of wanted to take them for a run with the babies in them to make sure I liked how I had them set up before I gave you guys the suggestions to build it this way. But the backgrounds I have been doing really, really well, holding in the humidity and keeping the mister from growing out. I think last time I talked with you guys, I said I was misting 2 times a day. I have now bumped that up to 3 times. So I missed once in the morning about 7 a.m. Their lights turn on about 8 a.m. And then I missed again at 9 p.m. And then I think it's 1:30 or 2 a.m. Just for 15 seconds. So it's 30, 30, and then 15 seconds. Just because I noticed some of the urates were a little bit on the yellowy side their first couple weeks. So I just wanted to make sure that they had that nighttime humidity spike, and I've been able to achieve that with my misting system. The paper towels are working out really well for catching the poop, and because they're white, I can see the poops a lot easier than if I just kept the black flooring, and it works out really well for me to just about once a week at this point. I may have to do it more frequently as their poops get bigger, but right now once a week I take out all the paper towels and put new ones in there. I do make sure to get all the little poops off the leaves so those aren't still on there. They're definitely more shy, they're definitely wrapping around the branches more often, but they're climbing a ton. They're definitely growing. They're still so small though. I don't know if it's just because I see them every day that I'm not noticing the difference. So let me know in the comments if you think they look a lot bigger in this video than the last video. So we covered food, misting. They're still on just UVB bulbs. I won't introduce heat till later. And honestly, I don't even know if I'll introduce heat because it is summertime. So the temperature in my home and reptile room especially is warmer than it normally is. And I will say adding all these UVB bulbs has definitely upped the temperature in my reptile room. This room is the warmest room of my house. So I may not even need heat bulbs, but they're just on the Arcadia 6% T5 UVB bulbs raised up above the enclosures. Yeah, I don't handle them too often. Maybe once a week, just to check on everybody and start to create that socialization with humans. The branches are working out great. The fake plants are working out great for me. I have gotten a few comments of why aren't you using life plants? Totally hear you. Highly recommend life plants if that's the route you want to go. Some logic behind why I didn't was when I was building these enclosures, my adult enclosures on the other side of the camera, still in this room, were infested with mealybugs. I did make a whole video on that, but mealybugs are super infectious and will hop from one enclosure to the other enclosure. So if those had mealybugs, these would get mealybugs, and I just was not messing with that. So I actually used all fake plants in those enclosures. And I know that can be confusing when you hear myself and other people recommend using live plants. Live plants are great. They're good for humidity. They're safe for your chameleon to eat. If you have mealybugs that will destroy your plants, then you kind of have to get rid of them temporarily. So I have added live plants back into Comet's enclosure. So he has all live plants, and I will do a video. I did film all of that. I just have to get through editing it and talking you guys through the process, but I'm slowly adding live plants back in. With the babies though, it's simpler for me to monitor them, keep track of their poops, and make sure they're staying healthy. If I just have fake plants, I think if I do future clutches, then maybe I would just put like a live plant in there now that I feel a little bit more confident as a breeder. But yeah, that's how the babies are doing at this point. Applications are still open if you're interested in applying for one of the babies. Right now there's only 10, and I do plan to keep at least 1 or 2 for myself. But I do have the second clutch. Those eggs are looking good. I'll make sure to put a video clip so you guys can see what they look like. Those were laid in November. So we're at November, December, January, February, March, April, May, June. 7 months. These guys hatched at 8.5 months. Not to say the second clutch will hatch at the exact same time, but could be any day now. We'll go through this whole process. That's why I have so many enclosures, because I'm fully expecting there to be an overlap between the first clutch and the second clutch. I think I have like a little over 20 eggs for that clutch, so we'll see how many make it. But those are still doing well. And if you are interested in applying for one of the babies, you could check that out on my website, neptuneandchameleon.com. I have not started interviews, and I won't for a while. I think I mentioned this previously, like primary focus is keeping these guys alive. And I also need to be 100% confident on how many males and females I have before I kick off those conversations. And at this point, because we're at the beginning of summer, like these guys won't even be shipped out till the end of summer, early fall, because I'm not gonna risk shipping them with like super hot temperatures. So they're not going anywhere anytime soon. They're gonna hang out with me for the summer. But yeah, that's just the update so far. It's fun. I do see some blues coming in through the cheeks, but both males and females have blue cheeks at this age. So no way to know for certain there. Yeah, and I've been breeding fruit flies. That's been pretty good. Soon I'll start introducing really small super worms, potentially bean beetles, really small silkworms, just teeny tiny bugs. I'll keep you guys along for the ride. But one thing I forgot to mention is that I've been doing these fruit cups. I've been trying to figure out the best way to keep the fruit flies in the enclosure. I was doing like a blueberry smushed on the branch. Wasn't really working. The crickets are so small that they fall out of the enclosure. Same with the fruit flies at this point. So I have these little teeny tiny like condiment dishes, and I've just put a smushed blueberry and some banana in there, and that's been doing a really good job of keeping all the bugs in there. But I don't think the babies have quite figured out that that's where all the food is. So I'll see if they can figure it out. Otherwise, I might have to brainstorm some other ideas. If any breeders are watching, or if you have any experience, let me know. I'm always open to ideas. I know some people have done like a magnet on the opening front door, so then the bugs can sit a little higher. So I may be getting magnets and trying that out. But let me know if you have any suggestions. There you guys have it. That is the 1 month update for these baby chameleons. As always, leave any questions down below. Give the video a thumbs up if you liked it. You can follow me and all my chameleons, especially the babies, on social media at Neptune the Chameleon. Check out my website. I'm constantly tinkering, constantly trying to improve it, add new resources, new information for you guys. So check that out, neptunethechameleon.com. Always have a great rest of your day, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye. Live plants black. Live plants back. I feel like that's good. Oh, I didn't talk about the cups.